Good evening, warriors. Welcome to week one of our August webcast series, Outsmart the Narcissist How AI Helps You Win in Court. I'm Tiffany Lesnick, a Christian attorney, domestic violence survivor, and legal coach for women in high conflict custody battles and abusive relationships. If you've ever felt like the courtroom was tilted in favor of your abuser, this is your night. Tonight, we're exposing the narcissist game and showing you how AI can help you beat it. Let me ask you, have you ever written a message to your ex like 10 different ways before sending it? Have you ever walked into court second guessing your memory, your evidence, or even your sanity? Do you constantly feel behind, overwhelmed, or afraid of saying the wrong thing? You're not crazy. You're being legally and emotionally manipulated, and it's time to take back your power. Let's name what's happening. Narcissists often use the legal system as a tool of continued abuse. They gaslight and rewrite history in affidavits and court testimony. They file unnecessary motions just to drain your time and money. They send threatening or confusing emails to bait you into reacting. And they distort and create loopholes in court orders to threaten with contempt. They portray themselves as calm and competent while painting you as unstable. And let's be honest, this works because you're exhausted, scared, and triggered. But what if you had a tool that made you feel clearer, more confident, and in control of your voice, your evidence, and your plan? Well, you do. It's here and it's called AI isn't just for coders or corporations, it's for women like you in court with a narcissist fighting for your children, trying to stay composed while carrying trauma, truth, and terror. Here's how AI becomes your secret weapon. It's never tired, it's not reactive or confused. It helps you stay grounded when your emotions run high. It affirms your memory and your logic, reminding you are not crazy. The narcissist may twist everything, but AI helps you untwist it. It allows you to pause, regroup, and respond, not react. So here's how you can use AI like ChatGPT today to help you with your case. ChatGPT is one of the most commonly used artificial intelligence tools out there. Another tool for women in domestic abuse situations is Amy Says, and it's spelled AIMEE Says. I personally have used both, and I tend to chat GPT a little bit more, but both you can use for free. So you do not have to create an account and pay for it. But I highly recommend, if you plan on using artificial intelligence for your case on a regular basis, it is worth the money to create an actual account and pay a little bit of money for it, because it's going to remember you. It's going to remember the facts of your case. It's going to remember the narcissist. It will take information that you feed it and compile it over time to give you the most customized responses and information that it can. So if you actually have an account that you're paying for, you're going to get a little better information, and you'll have access to more materials than you would if you have just a free account. But if you want to give it a try just to see if you're comfortable and see how it works, you can certainly create a free account. It's going to remember you, it's going to remember your abuser, and it can customize responses based upon your history of communication and his personality style. So how do you use artificial intelligence? So you want to give it some basic information about yourself, but not confidential information. For example, we're going to put into ChatGPT, I am an abused wife going through divorce in North Carolina. We want to be as specific as we can. I'm in Wake County, North Carolina, so I'm going to put in Wake County, North Carolina. I am 40 years old and my husband is a narcissist. He is 52 years old. We have 3 children. They are 12, 10, and 8 and go to private school. I have primary custody and he has the children every other weekend. There is currently a protective order in place that does not allow him to have any personal contact with me, but he can contact me in writing. So, see, we're giving it a little bit of background information, but we're not using names, we're not using dates of birth, we're not using ultra personal information, but we're giving it enough information that it can decipher and use those facts to give us the best possible outcomes. So once we give it some background information, then we have to give it a command. We have to tell it what we need it to do. For example, I am representing myself in the upcoming temporary custody hearing. Help me create an outline of topics that I need to address with the judge. I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT. I have already created an account, but everything that I'm using is completely fake information. So I've created a fake person, fake data, fake information. So nothing that you see on your screen is an actual confidential person. But I'm going to show you how to use this. So we've got to create a command. We've got to tell ChatGPT what it is that we need it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put in ChatGPT what the command is, which is I am representing myself in the upcoming temporary custody hearing. Help me create an outline of the topics that I need to address with the judge. And then we hit enter and we wait, and ChatGPT will generate. Look how quickly it does it. An outline of topics that are relevant and important that the judge is going to want to hear. And it helps me organize all of my thoughts. And it helps me organize those important topics that I need to address with the court. It's an amazing way we can use it to create an outline if we are representing ourselves. You can use this for any kind of hearing if you're representing yourselves. So ChatGPT helped me create an outline for temporary or perhaps an alimony case. What points are most relevant and pertinent that I need to bring before the court? So that's one way that we can use ChatGPT or AI, is to help us in preparation for an upcoming hearing to condense the most relevant and important information for the judge. Another way that we can use ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you again as an example, is help me create an opening and closing that I can use to ensure that I receive primary custody of the children and protection from domestic violence. And so we type that in, hit enter, creates an opening and a closing. We want to read the opening and closing that it generates. We don't want anything that sounds too artificial. We don't want anything that sounds too statutory. It's all about rights or simply about best interest. We want it to be customized so it sounds personal and it doesn't sound impersonal. We also don't want it to appear lectury to the judge, right? We want it to sound genuine. Do read through it, and then you can have ChatGPT customize it for you. Say, hey, this sounds too impersonal. Can you please make this softer? Can you please make this more personal? Here's some more facts to incorporate into the opening and closing. And as you can see, ChatGPT in this example has said, hey, do you want me to customize your opening or closing to your jurisdiction? Yes, customize my opening or closing to my personal jurisdiction. And that's why it's important for you to tell it where you live specifically, because it can take data from where you live and then customize your opening and closing. So again, if you're representing yourself, ChatGPT can help you organize and come up with what you can say in court in the most powerful way for your case. Another way that we can use artificial intelligence is to use it to help us prep. Whether you have an attorney or you're doing things on your own, how do I prepare myself for court? In this particular scenario, we're going to ask ChatGPT to help me come up with a list of cross-examination questions and how best to answer them. So let me put that in my prompt and hit enter. And look how beautiful it comes up with all of these cross-examination questions that my abuser's attorney may ask me. And then it gives me suggestions on how best to answer them so that I look the most credible to the court. How amazing is that? I can actually look at these questions. I can prepare in advance. I can practice in advance. So when I come into court, I'm not worried about what might I get asked? How am I supposed to answer these questions? It gives me some things to think about in advance so that I can be most prepared. Another way that we can use artificial intelligence is Learning how to draft responses. It helps us as a communication tool. Let's say you haven't yet retained counsel and you get a letter from his attorney, or maybe you get a nasty letter from him. You can go into ChatGPT and ask it, hey, I received this email communication, or I received this letter from his attorney. Help me draft a response to this letter to buy me more time to seek legal counsel. Let's say they give you a deadline and say you must respond by this date or this is going to happen. It's going to help you draft a professional email or a professional letter in response that's going to buy you that additional time that you need. You can cut and copy emails, you can cut and copy letters into ChatGPT, and it will create a customized response to that specific letter or email. I'm showing you an example. If you do not feel comfortable with personal information, just redact that information. Don't include your names or your children's names or anything like financial information that's too personal for you. You can certainly take that out, but it can help you. Here's another way that AI is completely changing things for victims of domestic violence. Let's say your custody order gives you 2 weeks of uninterrupted vacation time during the summer, with the requirement that you provide 30 days notice in writing of your intended travel date. And of course, he's going to try to interfere with that, right? He's going to try to take away your vacation time. So you need help interpreting your court order so that you can send a response about your vacation time to ensure that you're in compliance and to ensure that you're going to get your vacation time, that he is not going to be able to interfere with your vacation time. So we're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to tell it what our custody order says, not the whole order, but you could just do one particular paragraph and say, hey, ChatGPT, this is what my vacation paragraph in my custody order said. And this is what my abuser wrote. On June 28th, he emailed me and said, I've decided to take the kids for my summer vacation week from July 21st to July 28th. You didn't confirm your dates with me, so your time is not valid. Since I just gave you notice now, I'm taking my week. You can't interfere or it's custodial interference. So we're going to hit enter. We're asking ChatGPT to help me interpret my court order and send a response about my vacation so that I'm in compliance. Look at this beautiful response that we get from AI. It confirms for us that we are in compliance with the terms of the court order. And it also shows us how to respond to our abuser in a way that's not going to get us in trouble with court and is also not going to create a situation where we're getting into this back and forth with him. And it's going to ensure that we're able to keep that vacation week. Now, ChatGPT is not a replacement for an attorney. It's not a replacement for sound legal advice from an attorney. But if you don't yet have an attorney or you can't get in touch with your attorney and you feel this in your gut that I think I'm interpreting my court order correctly, I'm pretty sure that I'm doing the right thing here, and you just want to double check, it is a good resource to have at your disposal until you can get in touch with an attorney. And if there's anything that you need to do to fix potentially what ChatGPT has misinterpreted, you can do that at a later time. But it is very good at reinforcing, helping you interpret, reinforcing what's in your gut. You can use it that way. Another way to use artificial intelligence is that you can ground yourself with truth. He is going to send you messages that are just crazy making, right? You are going to be doubting yourself. You are not going to know how to respond. So you can just copy his messages, put them into artificial intelligence, and ask it, what does this message mean? Help me interpret this message. Remind me that I am not crazy. The opposing party is gaslighting me and I need to stay calm and focused. So put that in, hit enter, And then it gives you this beautiful grounding response to let you know what your narcissistic ex actually saying to you and how do you respond with truth, right? That you are not crazy. And it even asks you, would you like a trauma informed breakdown of the manipulation tactics in this message? Or a model response that deconstructs it calmly and firmly. And we can say yes. And it gives us even additional information. So it's just a way to affirm for us that we are being abused and that we are not the ones who are crazy. It is the abuser that's engaging in the crazy making behavior. I want to be very clear. AI is just a tool, right? It's not a replacement for a therapist or an attorney, but it is a powerful tool in your hands when paired with other legal professionals, therapeutic professional, and God's wisdom and your courage. It is something that you can have in your arsenal when you're doubting, right? Do I use gray rock? Do I use yellow rock? How should I communicate? How should I respond? It's something that you can use that's going to help you feel more empowered and more confident. Now, this is our first video in the August series on how to use AI to defeat your abuser. These were just a few examples of how we can use AI. We are going to be exploring in much more detail in the month of August how we can be using AI specifically. James 1:5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without finding. God is your defender, but he also equips you with strategy. This isn't cheating, this is wisdom. You've spent enough time doubting yourself, apologizing for existing, and shrinking in the courtroom. Now it's time to rise up, get smart, and show up prepared. You're not crazy. You're not unstable. You're not alone. You are a warrior and you are going to get your voice back. Before we go, I've created something special for you. Download the free AI court preps. Inside, you'll find 5 proven ChatGPT prompts to start using now, a guide to summarize and organize your court documents, and a bonus list of trauma informed grounding questions you can ask AI when you're spiraling. Join us next week as we talk about using AI to outsmart him in your communications and messages that win in court. We broadcast a video every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, download the free AI Court Prep Starter Kit. If you want more information about how to use artificial intelligence or other helpful information on improving your legal outcomes in court, go to www.livefreelegal.com and learn more about our Empower Her private membership groups and also our legal coaching groups. We are registering now for our fall sessions that will begin after Labor. We hope to empower you and help you defeat your Goliath in court. You have it in you to be successful and to triumph. And we're here to move you from fear to freedom.